What's up, guys? It's November 7th, 2024. I'm your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. About to get into this breakdown. So, bulls are keeping the gaps open. They have a huge gap. Give me 2 seconds. We have a huge gap. Something interesting I didn't catch on to yesterday. Look at the bar. Look at this bar. It's the nicest bull bar late in a trend. What does that mean? Typically it means exhaustion. And now we have the biggest gap late in a trend. That's two qualities of saying this is an exhaustion. We're at a new high. Typically, after new highs, we pulled back. Exhaustion just means temporary pullback. It doesn't, or we could go on forever. It doesn't necessarily mean reversal. I'm just saying that this is, in fact, the nicest, bull bar we have had since the start. Actually, let's just measure it real quick. So this is the start. So the reversal breakout. Oh, wow. Okay. So I guess this bar 170. That doesn't even sound right. How is that 178 points? Hold on. 175 points. Doesn't even sound right. Man, what the hell? Hold on. About 150. Okay, so pretty similar. Just by eyeballing, I don't think we've had another 176-point bar. So this bar came close to that, 25 points off. Typically that means exhaustion. We have a really big gap. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in the next couple of days. We still have follow through at highs. That's great for the bulls. We just stalled around 6,000. Only sideways now. 45-minute chart. I never even talk about the 45-minute chart, but let's see. Let's see the 1-to-1 bull flag here. Pull back. Met. We have multiple bull flags within this. So we have 3 bars here. Pull back. That's a met. Then we have another one here, a little bit bigger. Pull back. They're all met. Obviously, we see it's printed a little late for that, but I don't even know. So I just like talking about the daily and the 5-minute. You can see the 15-minute, 45-minute. Okay. So we yesterday we had that rally. I mean, we've been rallying since the 5th. Rally sideways, gap up. There was a rally here. That bar, this gap up would exist. Sideways, we have another gap up today. And we go sideways again. This is the 3rd day. 1, 2, 3. It's a 3-bar micro channel. So if we're following the system, we wait for a pullback, maybe 50%. It should take us there. What's the context of the 3-bar micro channel? Well, we've had a leg 1 pullback, leg 2 pullback, leg 3. So it's a 3-bar micro channel late in the trend. So we have to keep that in mind. We're in 3rd leg. Typically, 3rd legs get faded. Price action is fractal. So the price action read on the 5-minute is the price action read on the daily. It's the price action read on the 7-minute, 12-minute, 18, 20, any minute, any second. This price action is fractal. We read it the same way. Okay. Gap up. Bar 1, 2 is continuation. That's great. Bar 3 has a big tail, but it's closing within bar 2's range. So there's that tail, and bar 2's range right here. So we're still within bar 1's range, to be honest. Bar 3 could be a failed breakout. Bears are looking for full-on reversal. They get filled. Stop. You can short this bar. Bears that get short on this bar and bears that put a stop below here, they get filled and they get trapped. They don't have a really good opportunity to get short. They get short here. 1 second, guys. I didn't trade today. I haven't traded. I took a couple trades on Monday, and I've been flat this whole week. Okay, so bears that get short here, they barely get a break-even event on 21. You know, you short that. I don't know how you would short 7. if you, I don't know how you're blindly going to short up here, but if you do, they do get a break even event to get out. But I doubt that. I don't think retail traders should be looking to do that. That's some institution. If you short here, just get out quickly. We've been in the bull trend. What are you shorting? You're going to, so realistically, I'm not dissing anyone. There was a time in my trading career that I would short that. But I'm not dissing anyone right now, but just think about, okay, you're going to short. Is that bar going to be the reversal from this? Is this bar really going to be the event that reverses this entire thing? That's something that helps me to stop shorting is just how many bars do we have above the EMA? Well, here's 81 bars above the EMA. What the heck? Here's another almost 81 bars. So 42 bars above the EMA, 81 bars above the EMA. That's 120 bars above the EMA. You know, bears are going to have to see a lot of bear bars below the EMA before we get reversal. We're above the higher time frame EMA, so that's a bull regime. That's a 45. That's the 45-minute EMA. That was funny. I thought I had the wrong tool out. Yeah. So, leg 1, 3-bar microchannel, pull back, sideways, leg 2, pull back, leg 3. Climactic price action 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 is the best looking bull bar late in a trend, and then bears you have 2 leg reversal, leg 1, pull back, leg 2, double bottom, go for another 3-bar microchannel, leg 1, pull back, leg 2, pull back, leg 3, pull back. And then we go more sideways, but there is a leg 4 in that leg. I don't really like to count past leg 3, leg 4s because we're more so in a training range. So after we start to see leg 3, leg 4s, let's start to think training range, and that's what we got, right? So it looks like that was the high of the trading range. Bears got a 4-bar microchannel that got followed through, surprisingly. Leg 1, pull back, leg 2, pull back, leg 3. I think this was hard to trade. You could try and scalp it, but we are coming into FOMC. We go very sideways here. This is one of the toughest. I don't even trade FOMC, so if you traded this, when I first started trading, I looked so forward to trading FOMC. I was like, yeah, FOMC, we're gonna make a move. But now it's like there's really no. I get why. What am I trying to say? If you guys are excited for a move on FOMC, use that as an indicator that doesn't make sense, because if you're trading systematically through the market cycle, so you pick a breakout channel. Excuse me, 1 second. I'm trying to mute this before I cough hella loud. So what am I trying to say? So like if you're waiting for a move from FOMC, that's good, you know. Trade small, please. The bars are gonna move fast. It's news time. But if you're trading from a systematic perspective, then your trades are gonna come back around anytime, anyways. Anytime, maybe tomorrow the breakout comes. You know, here's that breakout today. It was crappy. You should be grading your breakouts. But I meant 1-to-1. We don't trade like 3s. But then again, this whole leg is a breakout. You could just measure these last 3 from the pullback. You buy that, and that's barely met. So already 8 points. That's almost a 20-point. That's about 18 points, give or take. Entries, you know, aren't gonna be perfect. I mean, that wasn't perfect, but like that's kind of something you got to ask yourself: is what's the importance about trading FOMC? If the goal is to be a discretionary trader, but to get to discretionary trading, you have to start somewhere. To start somewhere, start trading one part of the market cycle. I chose breakouts and follow through. With that being said, that's what I'm trying to get at into you guys is if I want to be a discretionary trader and I want to trade every bar, but to do that, you have to start somewhere. And I think 3-bar microchannels are great. You know, yeah, just pick something. You don't have to follow me, but just follow the mentality of focusing on one thing first. It doesn't have to be exact. If you like mean reversions, be my guest, but you're gonna get shredded for a while. With trend traders, it's easier to trade. You take hard trades. Sometimes you gotta buy highs. That's difficult. Sometimes we're in rangers and you buy highs. That's where your leg count comes into play. That'll save you. So there's a rhythm to it. I didn't mean to laugh that hard about mean reversion traders make a lot of money. The market is range bound all the time, so the market ranges more than the market ranges 80% of the time. So I didn't mean to laugh like that. Anyways, so here's that trade. That's met. I'm putting this here, but that's not a trade I would take. But 1-to-1 is met, and then we go flat for FOMC. So where are the gaps? I'm not gonna edit that out. I don't edit these out unless I cough or sneeze really loud. These are all just because I'm not a, I'm not a YouTube guy. I did these so because I don't do written, like this is my version of a report or journal or something. That's why I just post them. If you asking about my shorts, I used to stream video games, so I did well. My stream did well because I would make shorts, so I kind of doesn't take me too long to make those. If you guys want help starting a YouTube channel, let me know because I think this is way better than writing stuff up. Anyways, there's the gaps for the day. I did that so haphazardly. Hold on. I willy-nilly that. There's a bear gap right there. I do edit it sometimes if my dog barks super loud. That gremlin. I don't see too many gaps. In trending environments, gaps stay open. Range bound environments, gaps closed. Look, we're trending. The gap stayed open here. Gaps are staying open. We start to go range bound, and then that gap gets closed. This gap stayed open. That gap's closed. All these gaps are getting. That gap got closed right away. That gap gets closed. Gaps open here. It gets closed very quickly. Gaps open. It gets closed. So today I had more range bound price action because gaps are getting closed. Let's look at something kind of cool here. We have a good trend breakout, go sideways. Trend gets a little bit weaker, more bear pressure, but we still go up higher. And now look, we're starting to go higher, but actually, let me just, okay. So, kind of have a steep trend line here. It gets a little bit flatter here. Now it gets a little bit more flatter there. So we could think of it like a boat turning. Boats can't make sharp turns. They turn really slowly and they take time. That's kind of like a trend, but that's kind of what also we just saw right now. It's like a sharp move up, less sharp, but now we're kind of going more up, still side, but more side. We're going up, it's starting to go sideways. That doesn't mean slam shorts. With that being said, anything can happen at any given time. Bulls always want the market to just go up forever. Bears see this as a new high. They're going to start shorting. It'll be interesting to see what happens tomorrow. Now, or we could just go sideways. We're pretty extended away from the EMA. So yeah, appreciate you guys bearing with me. I know the reports were the breakdowns were a little bit lackluster this week. I'm starting to feel better. I can catch my breath more. A little bit of a cough here and there, but I'm feeling good. So, hope you guys are doing good. Hope you guys are fine. If you learned something, share the show. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.